what's going on? It's Ordinary here, bringing you an NHL 16 hut video. No, it's not a shootout commentary. I've just got some shootout stuff going in the background while I explain what's going on. So it's not your regular hut video with pack openings or gameplay or anything like that. What we are going to do is run through all the NHL collections in the game and see which ones are giving you the most bang for your buck when you're trying to score those 8-card packs. We're not going to talk about those 2 All-Star packs at the back, the green All-Stars, black All-Stars, because all you need to do is, buy the 6 jerseys and the logo for like $7K and then resell it and do it again. So what we are going to talk about is all the teams. We're going to roll through which players on those teams are the expensive cards, give you a rough total for the entire collection. So how we're going to come up with that total is take those expensive players, add them up, add about another $40K onto that total. That $40K is going to be, jerseys, logos, the players that don't cost that much. And then take off about $10K from that total because you're already going to have some of the players in your collection from your returning user bonus or packs you've already opened. And chances are you're going to get a deal on a couple of these players, like save 2K here, save 3K here. We're also going to give you the average cost per pack. So if a pack or if a collection costs you like $500K and you're getting 10 packs, that's $50K per pack. But if you're only getting 5, then it's $100K per pack, right? So it's a pretty big difference depending on how many packs you're getting. Also going to give you a rating based on that average cost per pack. So if the average cost per pack is like 10K, that's really good. If it's like 100K, then that's pretty shitty. So keep in mind, guys, if you pull someone expensive in a pack, or if you already have someone that's crazy expensive, like Taylor Hall, Ovechkin, Stamkos, that's going to really change the ratings for these packs, right? Because those players make up basically their entire collection. So these ratings are based on you not having anyone crazy in your collection already. And prices change, guys. So these average price to finish the entire collection, like that could change throughout the lifespan of the game. It's only been 2 weeks since the game came out, but they should stay roughly in this order. If prices go up, they usually go up across the entire market. So let's just jump straight into it. We're going to start with the cheapest collections and move all the way up to the most expensive ones. So the cheapest collection in NHL 16 is the Carolina Hurricanes. The only really expensive, and he's not even that expensive, player in that collection is Justin Falk. He's going to run you about $25K. They've got players in there like Eddie Lack, the 2 Stalls, Skinner's in there as well, but none of those guys are going to cost you, more than 3,500, 4,000 coins. So they're not really a factor there. That makes the collection really only cost you about $55K. It's the cheapest collection in the game, and it's also going to give you the most bang for your buck. It comes in at $11K per pack because you are only going to get 5 packs with that collection, but still $11K is the cheapest you're going to get in the game, so we're going to give this collection an A+. So the second cheapest collection in the game is actually not Arizona, which is the other 5-pack collection. It's the New Jersey Devils, and the reason they're so cheap is because, again, they only really have one player that's going to cost you any coins, and that's Corey Schneider in net there. Again, they got guys like Camilleri, Larson, who might cost you, 3,000, depending on what the market's like at the time. But it's really only going to cost you about 75,000 to finish up this collection. Schneider goes for about 43, 45K, so the 6 packs that you're going to get from finishing that collection average out to about 12.5K per pack. So we're going to give this collection an A+ as well. Alright, next up, it's still not Arizona. It's actually the Florida Panthers. And this is the first team where you're going to actually come across more than one player that's going to cost you a little bit of money. Jaromir Jagr's going to run you about 23K, and then Luongo's right about the same, 23, 24K. So you're looking at about 85K for this collection. They got Ekblad in there. He's going to cost you, maybe 4 or 5K as well. And then Florida gives you 6 packs as well. So you're averaging about 14K a pack, which is still really, really good. So Florida's going to be the last team that we give an A+ to. All right, next up, we're still not at Arizona. We go to Toronto, and Toronto is going to run you about $95K for the entire collection, and the majority of that does come from JVR. He's a pretty expensive player. He goes for about $60K. Guys in there like Bernier, Kadri, Phaneuf, they're not crazy expensive, but they're going to cost you, maybe $3K per player. So the brunt of the Toronto collection does come from JVR, so it's about $95K to finish that up, and that's going to bring your average for the 6-packs to about $16K. So just a little bit more expensive than New Jersey and Florida, so we're going to give it an A. Alright, so we're finally at Arizona here, number 5 on the list. The reason they're so low is because Oliver Ekman-Larsson costs you 80,000 coins. He is the big ticket item there in Arizona. He's really the only thing that's going to cost you anything. I've seen Bedker go for about 5K, but I've also seen him go for under 3K. So for about 110,000, you can finish off that collection, but you are only getting 5 packs. So the average cost per pack is about 22,000, which isn't as good as the ones we've seen already. So we're going to give it a B+. All right, moving on, we got the Buffalo Sabres. And lots of people think that this collection is going to be pretty cheap just because, they haven't really had a lot of success in the recent years. But they did add Kane last year, and he's going to cost you about $75K to pick up. And they also added Ryan O'Reilly at the draft, or was it in the offseason? Shit. Was it even before that? Whatever, they got Ryan O'Reilly. He's going to cost you about $15K as well. And that makes the pack cost you about $120,000. So the 6 packs you're going to get from that are going to average out right around $20K. So let's give this collection an A-. Alright guys, up next we've got a collection that's actually going to give you 7 packs when you complete it, and that's the Vancouver Canucks. It's going to run you about $135K to finish it up. Henrik Sedin, he's about $40K. Daniel, he's a little bit more, up at about $45K. And then you got Miller and Net, who's going to run you about $20,000. Those are the main 3. You're going to have to buy, Edler, Hamhuis, Verbata, but those guys you should all be able to pick up for, around $4K, so it's not too crazy. When you do the math for the 7 packs that you're going to get, your average pack cost comes out to about $19K, and that's good enough for an A. The next collection is actually a bit of a shocker. It's going to give you 9 packs, and apparently EA thinks that Winnipeg is going to be a hard collection to complete this year, even though their most expensive player, which is Bufflin, you can grab for under $50K. Wheeler, he's just under $40K. You got Tyler Myers, you should be able to grab him for about $25K, and then Ladd and Little, they're both around $15,000, $16,000. So the collection is really not that hard to do. The total cost of it comes out to about $170K, and for the 9 packs that you're getting, your average cost is $19K as well, just like Vancouver's. So we're going to give this pack or this collection an A as well. All right, next up is another shocker. This one's actually going to give you 10 packs, and it's only going to cost you less than $200K to finish the whole thing. That's the Calgary Flames. Monahan is the big expensive guy here, but again, he's under $50K. Giordano, he's under $40K. Hoodler, you can probably get for just over $30K. Brody and Hamilton, those guys are around $17,000, $18,000. Johnny Hockey, you can probably grab him for around $7,000, $8,000. And your total is only going to be about $195K for the whole thing, and you're getting 10 packs for that. So the average price per pack is $19,500 per pack, which is a pretty good deal, so we're going to give Calgary an A as well. Moving on, the next collection is the first one that's actually going to cost you over $200,000, and that's the Columbus Blue Jackets. They're going to run you about $205K to complete. Most of that comes from Ryan Johansson. He's going to cost you about $80K. Bobrovsky and Net there, he's going to run you $55,000. Brandon Saw just over $20K. Foligno, you should be able to pick him up for about $15K. And they're going to have guys in there like Johnson and stuff, but you should be able to pick all those guys up for about $3,000 or less. So the $205K that it's going to cost you, you're going to get 8 packs from that, and that brings your average cost to about $25,500 per pack, which is pretty average. We're going to give this collection a B. Next up is actually one of the collection that's only going to give you 6 packs. We're going to jump way back up the list here to the Edmonton Oilers. The reason this collection costs so much is because Taylor Hall runs about $175K to pick up. He's really the only player in this collection that's going to cost you anything. Eberle, Yakupov, the Nuge, those guys you should all be able to pick up for around $3K or less. So the brunt of this collection does come from Taylor Hall's price. So if you can pull him in a pack or whatever, it's going to be really easy for you to finish. Otherwise, it's going to run you about $215K. And if you're only going to get 6 packs from that, the average cost is $36K per pack, which isn't that great. So we're going to give it a C+. Alright guys, next up we've got the Boston Bruins, and they are an 8-pack collection that's going to run you about $285K to finish them off. The big expense here is Patrice Bergeron. He's going to cost you about $130,000, so if you can get him off a buddy or pull him in a pack, that's going to help you a lot here. The next one up would be Tuukka Rask for about $80,000. And then you've got Zdeno Chara and David Krejci, who are both about $25K. Chara's a little bit more, Krejci's a little bit less. So at the end, like I said, you're looking at about $285,000 to finish them off. With the 8 packs that you're getting, the math works out to about $35.5K per pack, which is a bit better than Edmonton, so let's give these guys a B-. Alright, next up we have the San Jose Sharks. They're a 9-pack collection. It's the very first one that's going to cost us over $300K. The big expensive guy here is Joe Pavelski. He's going to run you about 80,000 coins to pick him up. Couture and Thornton both hovering around $55,000. Brent Burns is about $45,000, and then you got Patrick Marleau as well, who's about $40K. So you got a couple guys there that you need to pick up. Like I said, the collection is going to run you right about $300,000. With the 9 packs that you're getting, the average cost per pack works out to 33,000 coins per pack, which is a bit better than ones we've seen in the past, so we're going to give this a B. Colorado is up next. They're another 9-pack collection. The main cost here goes to Matt Duchene. To pick him up, he's going to cost you about $200,000. Nathan McKinnon, he's about a $70K card as well. Landeskog, he's just a bit cheaper at roughly $65,000. Varlamov in net, that's going to cost you about $35K to pick him up. And then Tyson Barrie on the point, he's about another $20K right there. So your cost comes out to about $320K to finish that collection off. With the 9 packs that you're going to get, your average cost per pack is about $35.5 per pack, which is still better than the Oilers up there at $36, so we're going to give this one a B-. Alright, up next is another 9-pack collection. That's going to be the Minnesota Wild. They're going to run you about $345K to finish off this collection. The majority of that does come from Ryan Suter and Zach Parise. Suter's going to cost you about $130K to pick up, and Parise will be a bit cheaper at around $115. You got Dubnyk in the crease there. Even though he's cheaper than some of the goalies in some of these collections, he's still $30K. And then Pominville, he's just over $15K. Koivu, he's just over $20K. So add all those guys up, yeah, you're getting up there to about $345K to finish it off. The 9 packs that you're getting bring the average cost per pack to about $38,000, so let's give the Wild a C+. Moving on, we've got the Philadelphia Flyers, another 9-pack collection here. You can probably guess that Giroux and Voracek are going to be the expensive ones here. Giroux, about $140K to pick him up. Voracek just a little bit underneath that at $130. You got Steve Mason there in net. He's going to still cost you $10K, even, he's not the best card in this game, but he's going to run you $10K. Wayne Simmons, he's another $40K on top of those 3 guys. So put those guys together, finish off the collection. It's going to cost you about $350,000. With the 9 packs that you're getting, your average is going to work out to about $39K, which is just a bit more than Minnesota, so we're going to give this a C+ as well. Alright, we're finally moving off the 9-pack collections back up to the 8-pack collections with the Ottawa Senators. The entire collection is going to cost you about $365K to complete, and if you guessed that's because Carlson costs a shitload, that would be right. He's about $245K to pick up. Bobby Ryan, he's another 55K on top of that, so you're already at about 300K just with those two guys. Kyle Turris, he's 25K, and then you got Craig Anderson, another 10K there. So to finish off this collection, yeah, it's going to cost you about 365, and you're only going to get 8 packs, so that brings your average cost per pack to about 45,500. So we're going to give it a C. Alright, doubling up on the 8-pack collections, we've got the Nashville Predators. Basically the same story here. You got Shea Weber, that's going to cost you 140K, and then Roman Josi for another 70K. So you got 210K built up in those two D-men. You got Pekka Rinne, who's going to cost you probably just under 90K to grab him. James Neal is a 40K card in this game, so there's another hefty guy there. Philip Forsberg, you should probably be able to get for about 7,500, 8,000. So the entire collection is going to run you about 380K. Again, you're only going to get 8 packs here, so the average price works out to about 47,500. So we're going to give this one a C as well. Alright, next up we've got the St. Louis Blues. It's another 10-pack collection. Big expensive card here in Vladimir Tarasenko, so if you can pack him, that's over half the collection done already. He's going to cost you 230K. Petrangelo's second most expensive at 70K, so just between those two guys, you're already at 300,000. Backus, he's going to cost you 50,000. And then you should be able to pick up Kevin Shattenkirk somewhere just under 40K. And then Alexander Steen, you might be able to get him at 15, but he's probably going to be a little bit more expensive than that. And that's going to bring your entire collection cost to about 425K. But you are going to get 10 packs with that, which isn't the worst. Brings your average cost to 42.5K, which is better than Ottawa and Nashville, but it's still one of the highest ones we've seen yet, so it's going to get a C. Alright, we're moving back down to another 9-pack collection. That's going to be the New York Islanders, and that's because John Tavares is a 350,000 coin card. If you can pull him in a pack or get him from a buddy or whatever, that's going to basically finish this collection off for you. Okposo, he's the second most expensive card here, and he's only 40K. Halak, he's a 10K goalie, which, I mean, his card is actually pretty good in this game, so 10K, if you want to actually use him, is not bad. But 430K to finish off this collection. You are only getting 9 packs, so that's going to bring your average cost to just under 50K. 48K here for the average cost, so we're going to hit this with a C. And we've got another 10-pack collection up next. That's the Anaheim Ducks. They're going to run you just over 500K to finish up the whole thing. Getzlaf, he's going to cost you 210K. You got Corey Perry running you probably about 150,000. Kessler, he's another $70,000 card right there. Anderson and net, he's about 23. You should probably be able to get him just under 25K. And then Cam Fowler, you might be able to find him at 20K, but it's probably going to be just a bit over that. So we got 505K here to finish off that pack. You are getting 10 packs. That's easy math. 50.5 thousand per pack, just over 50K, so it's going to be our first C-. Alright, keeping it moving, we've got the New York Rangers, another 10-pack collection here. Henrik Lundqvist, 200,000 right there. Rick Nash, he's going to be another 110,000. McDonough, that's about 70K. You got Chris Kreider, 45K. There's a lot of players in this collection that are going to cost you a little bit of money. Yandel, 25K. Stepan, maybe you can get him for just under 30K. Zuccarello, probably going to have to find him just under 10K. So it's not that there's a lot of expensive players here, it's just that there's a lot of players that are not cheap. So to finish off the Rangers, it's going to cost you about 520K. You're getting 10 packs, so it's about 52K a pack, and it's going to be another C- here. Alright, we're moving way back up to another 8-pack collection, and that's the Dallas Stars. For some reason, you're only going to get 8 packs for finishing these guys off. Jamie Benn, he's a 240K card right there. Tyler Seguin, 220. So you're already looking at 460K just between these two guys. Lettinen, he's going to run you about 10K. Spezza, you should be able to pick up for just under 20K. And then Patrick Sharp, he's about a $35,000 ticket as well. So 555,000 coins to finish off the Dallas Stars, and you're only going to get 8 packs. So that's going to bring your average cost to just under $70,000, about $69,500 per pack. So we're going to hit it with a D. And we're going to double up on these 8-pack collections. We got Montreal coming up next, and apparently they're also only worth 8 packs, even though Carey Price is going to cost you $350,000. You got PK Subban, he's going to cost you about $180,000. Pacioretty's half that at $90,000. And then you guys got guys like Semin and Galchenyuk who are about, $6-7K a piece there too. So by the time you're done that collection, it's going to cost you about $630,000, and you're only getting 8 packs. So it's a $79,000 average pack price, which is pretty brutal. It's going to be another D. All right, up next we got the Detroit Red Wings. Here you got Datsuk, $350,000. You got Zetterberg, $140,000. You got Nyquist, who you can probably grab for just under $80,000. Cronwall, he's pretty expensive. He's going to be just under $50,000. Jimmy Howard, you can probably get him for about $15,000. And then you got guys like Helm, Green. Those guys are about $5,000 a piece too. So by the time you're done this collection, you're looking at $665,000 roughly. It's a 9-pack collection. So math works out to about $74,000 average pack price, and it's going to be our 3rd D in a row here. Okay, up next is actually one of the collections that gives you the most packs in the game, and that's the LA Kings. You got guys like Doughty running you $220,000, Jonathan Quick, he's $150,000, Kopitar $120,000, Jeff Carter's about $140,000, Marian Gaborik, he's about $60,000. Milan Lucic is about $15,000. So this collection is a lot like the Rangers, where it's not like anyone's crazy expensive, but there's just a lot of guys that are going to cost you a pretty penny. So it's going to be about $735,000 to finish off the Kings, but you are getting 12 packs, which is the most in the game. And that brings your average pack cost to $61,000, which is better than we've seen in the last 3. So we're going to give the Kings a C-. Alright, the next collection is our very first 1 million or more collection, and that's the Tampa Bay Lightning. The majority of that comes from Steven Stamkos. He's going to run you 700,000 coins. So if you can pull him in a pack or get him off your buddy, that's going to basically do this collection for you. Tyler Johnson, he's about $90,000. Victor Hedman, around $120,000. You should be able to grab Bishop for just over $50,000. And Nikita Kucherov, he's not crazy expensive, but you should be able to pull him for just under $10,000. So it's roughly $1 million to finish the Lightning off, which you're only going to get 9 packs for him. So that brings your average price to $111,000, and it's going to be our very first F for costing more than $100,000 per pack. Alright, next up we've kind of got the exact same scenario over in Washington, where we've got a collection that's going to cost you over $1 million, and it's all because Alexander Ovechkin costs 900,000 coins. Again, if you can pull him in a pack, get lucky, borrow him from someone, then you're only looking at Backstrom for 135,000. Holtby, like Bishop, is about 50,000. John Carlson on the point, he's also about 50,000, and then TJ Oshie is about 30,000. So you're looking at about 1.195 million to do this collection. You're getting 10 packs from it, so it's about 119,500 per pack. So it's our second F in a row here. And second last up, we've got another 12-pack collection in the Chicago Blackhawks. And there's no really one expensive guy here. Taves is the most expensive at 670,000, but then you got Kane right behind him. He's going to cost you about 465. Duncan Keith, he's over 200,000. He's about 215,000. Crawford in net, there's 30,000. You got Hossa, there's another 30,000. Seabrook, he's probably just under 25,000. So by the time you buy all these guys, all the jerseys and everything, you're looking at about 1.46 million. with the 12 packs that you're getting from this collection, the average price is about 121,500 coins per pack, so it's a third straight F here. And last but not least, you could probably guess who it is. It's the Pittsburgh Penguins, of course, with Sidney Crosby. You're probably going to have the most expensive collection. When I was looking at prices, there was only one Crosby on the market, and he was listed for $840,000. So that's what we're going to roll with here. Of course, you got Gino. He's $450,000. You got Phil the Thrill. There's another $170,000. You got Flower in the crease, $40K. Letang on the point, another $50K. So it's about 1.58 to finish off Pittsburgh, and they're not even going to give you as many packs as LA or Chicago. You only get 11 packs with Pittsburgh, so your average price is the highest of all of them, 143,500 coins per pack. We're not going any lower than an F, but if we would, this is the team that would get it, so we're going to finish off the video with an F for Pittsburgh. Alright guys, that's going to do it for the video. Let me know in the comments if I missed any players in these collections that's going to drive up the price. I can add that in with an annotation in case I did fuck up. I'm just posting up a quick graphic here. It's the collection prices listed low to high in the exact same order that the video was, so you can pause it if you want to write it down, or if you skipped the video just to this point, here it is. Feel free to leave a like on the video, guys, if this did help you out or if you enjoyed it. Sub to the channel for more NHL 16 content, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.